I fucking hate all minorities. Jesus is king. Shout out white people.
You know what they say, and by they I mean me. You can't spell Jew without ew.
I want to move on here because now I want to talk about really what the real crux of this discussion is. And it's really about what it really comes down to in the end is who are these America First people that people like Megyn Kelly and Matt Walsh, not Matt Walsh necessarily. Now, I'm putting Matt Walsh in this, he's in a different category, but I disagree with how he thinks we ought to deal with this. But Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson, for sure, definitely Candace Owens and the like, are effectively trying to tell us that these people are these so-called America First group are people whose ideas we should embrace. These people have moral clarity on, as Nick Fuentes put it, organized Jewry, right? We have to deliver the United States from being an occupied nation, a nation occupied by the Uden. Who are these people? You know what I really think they are? I think that they are actually the new version of Black Lives Matter, BLM. Because it's really interesting that these people always, the one unifying principle of the so-called America First crowd, because you think about it, even if we grant that Candace Owens is a person that we don't respect, she is a very different person and has very different perspectives than someone like Nick Fuentes. And we could say that the same thing is true about someone like Brett Cooper. But then there are a lot of people who are kind of in this general zone of kind of anti-Jew, anti-Israel at least, that are very different. You got your Zoran Mamdanis. You got your, then you got your Ian Carroll. So Zoran Mamdani is obviously not an America First guy. He's on the left. But the point is that there are a lot of people who are kind of, quasi-right, right? Right adjacent, maybe you might say, who have this just visceral hatred of all things Israel, right? And that's what they say it's about. Not Israel first, America first, but this is a scam. Much like Black Lives Matter had a phrase that was universally accepted as true, just like America First. But when you started to listen to these people and you started to see some of the things that they did, you start to say, well, what does that have to do with Black lives, right? Like, for example, they would have on their website, we exist to dismantle the nuclear family in this Western model of, blah, 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 blah. It's like, wait a second. All right, if you got an issue with Black people being shot in the street by cops, okay, we can have a conversation about that. Okay, I don't think it's what you say it is, but okay, we can have a conversation with it about that. But what does that got to do with you dismantling the nuclear family? Like, wait, what did that come from? What is that? Why are you sending money to people who are doing drag queen story hour? Dressed in burlesque, reading sexual books to children. What does that have to do with Black men being killed by police? You see, this is how the enemy works. The skin of the truth stuffed with a big fat lie. Just like the Black Lives Matter issue itself, which was the perception. If you were to ask someone back during the Black Lives Matter, the height of the Black Lives Matter hysteria, you go walk to somebody in the street and say, how many Black men are being shot by police indiscriminately on an annual basis? They would have said 1,000. Somebody even said 10,000. That's not an exaggeration. Somebody said 10,000 people. You know what the actual number was? In a year where it was high unarmed Black men being shot by police, it was like in the tens. 30. I mean, that was a high number. Last time I checked the number, it was like 13. I think it was right around circa 2021 or something like that. The perception of the problem that they were saying was such a big problem was a fake one. And they used that exaggeration of a problem to slip in other repulsive and subversive ideas and morals that they had. And I'm going to show you here in a moment that this fake America First thing is exactly the same thing. Because I go on Twitter, or X as it is now, and I see these people using the N-word with impunity. I see these people with these vile, ridiculous, racist ideas where they say, all black people do is cause destruction. You know, you got Nick Fuentes in his interview with Candace Owens arguing that black people are inherently not as smart as whites. And the question that I'm asking to myself is, what the heck does that have to do with Jews in America? What the heck does that have to do with whether or not we're sending money to Ukraine or money to Israel to fight their foreign wars? You see what I'm saying? You see the pattern? This is beyond bait and switch. This is bait and switch doesn't even begin to describe it. These are people with disgusting, low-life ideologies and views that they're trying to mask under the guise of an obvious sentiment that would get a lot of purchase with Americans, which is America First. But behind it is all of the garbage, the racism, the misogyny, the nonsense. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and I'm going to try my best. Honestly, I'm going to try my best to kind of censor some of this stuff because it's so egregious. I just hope that, I mean, honestly, I just hope that it doesn't end up getting, I don't know. I don't want YouTube to kill my I don't want them to kill my my stream. Okay. All right. So let's have a quick look here. And I'm going to share because this is and I have to tell you, I'm not going to sugarcoat things here. I got to warn you. This stuff is hyper disturbing. So I want to show you this young woman. Her name is Isabella Moody. Here's a post that I saved from her. Okay, she says, "You thought your wishes for death on my baby would work. Your false god will not answer your foolish prayers. She is 22 weeks old, moving around like crazy and very healthy." Numbers 23 and 11. So this is the young woman, Isabella Moody. She's got a Bible verse and basically saying, hey, there are people out here trying to take a dump on, wishing death on my baby. It's not going to work. All right. This is that same young woman. Let's watch this video of this young woman saying who she really is.
Wife, but I'm like, news. I actually don't want kids. So this is the funny thing about my Twitter. I play the part of a trad wife, play the part of a trad wife, play the part of a trad wife, play the part of a trad wife. But I'm like, I have no maternal instinct whatsoever.
Many months later.
My husband's texting me, and he said that.
Hang on a second here. I have to get my kind of beep button ready here because there's going to be some pretty egregious language here. So let me I'll do the best that I can.
He wanted me to tell you that we will have our daughter ready for you as a virgin.
What the fuck? You got crazy, dude.
John fucking Zerka, the greatest to ever live.
The word he used is, this guy is a self-proclaimed PDF file. Okay?
I'm literally a pedo. And she had a mental breakdown because I said that. She's like, oh my God, he's a suicide bomber. Now he's destroying my stream. I'm like, you have a pedo in your house. hey. Like, I can knock out Chris Hansen. Like, I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga.
We're on pedo.
He says, I'm that Nigga. This is something that, by the way, the Nick Fuentes, Groyper crowd, this is something that they do a lot. This is white guys using the N-word sometimes to describe themselves, and other times to in a real graphic and terrible way. So this is this girl interacting with him. This guy, I can't even. Let's see. I'm not even sure how much of this I want to show.
Pedophile.com right now. She's 16.
Pedophile.com.
I started the website. I found,
It's two P's.
bro. I found her when she was 9, so she can instruct.
I can't. I'm not going to show this. This is terrible. This is so egregious. But I'll go to the end of it where he says something that should interest you.
I fucking hate all minorities. Jesus is king. Shout out white people.
I hate all minorities. Shout out white people. Jesus is king. I'm trying to explain to you this filth is so common amongst the Nick Fuentes Groyper crowd. This is not a one-off. I want to show you something that this Isabella Moody girl, this same girl who is basically talking about how she says she's going to say you can't spell Jew without ooh, ew.
You know what they say, and by they I mean me. You can't spell Jew without ew.
This one that I'm going to show you is probably the most jarring one. This one took me
who's gonna
back
protect-
so much. I was just like okay. This is the so-called America First crowd on X.
Yikes. But who's going to protect you from him? From that Nick? Have you heard the stats, bitch? Do you read them? Numbers don't lie, bitch, okay? All right. Looks like we have another future single mother right here, and hopefully she stays unbeaten. Praying.
She said, "Who's going to protect you from him? From that Nigger?" I beeped it, by the way. She said it. There was no censor there. And to add to the weird confusion, here she is basically saying, giving some sort of tribute to Charlie Kirk, which is interesting.
That he's not a... Damn, I'm a hateful bitch online, but you are next level. And she's trying to carry out her husband's mission. Sorry, her husband's mission isn't seeing his wife get railed by other men. Sorry that he's not a cuck. Or he wasn't. Rest in peace.
Talking about Charlie Kirk. And basically condemning Destiny. I mean, I have to say, I could go on and on and on with this stuff. Some of the most vile, racist garbage you ever want to see. And so now I'm going to bring you in close here because I want you to understand where I'm coming from here with this. These are the people that Tucker Carlson is normalizing. Tell me, what does that garbage have to do with sending money overseas to Israel? Dropping the N-word, this pseudo fake Christian garbage, using Bible verses, saying Christ is king while also demonstrating the most low character. By the way, Nick Fuentes is the king of this. I could show you reel after reel after reel after reel of Nick Fuentes doing this engaging in this precise conduct. The exact same thing. And this is who Tucker Carlson wants you to think is normal. He thinks that these people can somehow be rehabilitated in thinking they can be brought into the fold so that we can, get the Jews out of our politics and also make America first. I just got to tell you, I would rather burn at the stake than to partner with these people. These people are everything. They are everything that the left lied about conservatives being for decades. These people are actually the vile, grotesque people who we have demonstrated that we are not. And now Nick Fuentes and his Groyper army want to come in and commandeer the conservative movement. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And I wouldn't give a crap if the whole conservative party became this garbage. I wouldn't move off this square a single millimeter. These people, if they don't repent, are on their way to hell. There is no God that they serve that has anything to do with the God of the Bible. These gods are idols. They are false. These people's ideology is vile and wicked and demonic, and it needs to be called out as such. There is a Grand Canyon of space between us and between them, I should say, and real conservatives. God-fearing, God-loving, Christ-centered conservatism. This Christ is King mantra is a scam. It's an affront to all that Jesus is. And so you can tell Tucker and Megyn and whoever else is laundering this garbage, no thank you. No thank you. This stuff is so vile, it almost makes me think, it almost makes me have my own conspiracy theories. It almost makes me, because, you know, there's this thing, you know, Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes were throwing back and forth accusations of being a Fed, right? The idea that Nick Fuentes is basically some government operative who's functioning like a psyop, where he's going to go in and from the inside cause the conservative movement to implode, but he's an operative, like a spy. This stuff, that when I see stuff like this, I almost believe it. I mean, I don't have any evidence of it, but it's hard for me to understand how that these people are even real. But in any case, there will be no alliance between us and them. We are going to defeat these people. I don't care if they're up right now. It's a long game. As a former athlete, I know that being up at halftime, that doesn't get you a win. You got to have more points than the other team when the clock hits 0. And this fake America First garbage, they might seem like they have some momentum now. This weird affinity for Jew hatred, they might seem like they're up now. They might seem like they're garnering some momentum. But you know what? The clock ain't hit 0 yet. And the real Jew of all Jews, he's going to have the final say. Hey, seems like we like each other. Well, I mean, at least you like my content. I mean, we don't know each other. I mean, we're on the internet. But anyway, you should go ahead and like and subscribe because, I mean, you're still around. Just saying.